I'm gonna have to use whisper soon as we're here. I don't know. What do you think?
From miles around just to be near you, 'cause you make the troubles go away. And when you hear that sound from the excited crowd, you won't want to come down, 'cause it makes the troubles go away. So lost till now, didn't know I was in doubt. To meet the others, my brothers, hear me today. I'm gonna ride this train, never coming back again. No, no, no. Everything that came before that led me to the end. Turn it another day. Me, I'm gonna ride this train, never going back again. Yeah. Everything that came before now led me to the end. We're going hard tonight. Seems to me nothing's what it seems tonight. Yeah, headed to the new sunrise. Never know what you're gonna see tonight. They're going hard tonight. Seems to me nothing's what it seems tonight. Heading to the new sunrise. Never know what you're gonna see tonight. Yeah. One day they'll hear a sound. They'll come from miles around to hear the brothers who make their pain go away. Make everything go away. We're gonna ride this train, never going back again. Running faster than the breakaways that never been this hard.
Good evening, everybody. This is Gary Burt announcing tonight, taking the place of Scott. Scott is having some very bad technical issues tonight, and he called me and asked me to stand in for him. First thing I'm going to do tonight, guys, is apologize because I have not done this very much, and I will do the best I can, but I'm just filling in for Scott. We are out here tonight, Texas Motor Speedway. Joel, can you give us a little history about this?
And all the thoughts I've taken in the past is everything now I expect a plastic catalyst can make a change that just might last.
Texas Motor Speedway's a mile-and-a-half track. We got 4 turns that's going to cause some issues with the drivers because the track is worn pretty good. So tire wear is going to be extremely big tonight. Where our weather conditions is 65 degrees, partly cloudy with the track temperature at 72 degrees. I'm looking for green flag pit stops and tire management tonight for the race.
Yep, I hear that. I think we're going to get some green flag stuff in here tonight, too. You know, we are in the trucks out here at Texas Motor Speedway. They're not quite as powerful. They handle very well out here. I did get to turn some laps in practice, and my truck was handling just really, really good. So I think we're going to be able to see some really good racing here tonight, and hopefully some green flag pit stops.
Definitely, I think we should get some green flag pit stops tonight. The drivers, during practice, I was watching them, and they were giving and taking and not pushing each other extremely hard. So if they drive the way they practice, then we'll see some good racing, hard racing, but not the bumper banging, fender bending action we had last night at Richmond.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah,
Sometimes
it's not as easy to say as it is to think, huh, Joe?
Absolutely.
Anyway, first thing I want to do is just kind of go through and thank, the sponsors here, All Pro Broadcasting, naturally. They do a fantastic job. Over the Top Paints, he does a whole lot of the paint jobs out here that you're going to see on the race tonight. And the sponsor for tonight, Jason Russo with Pro Automotive. He's flipping the bill for this season, and we definitely appreciate him. Some of our other sponsors would be Richie B's Pizza and Blaze Pizza, and always GW Graphics for the replays. So I may not give them shout outs quite as much as Scott does, because he's got this thing down to a fine art, and I'm pretty much just playing it by ear here, guys. So bear with us, and we'll try to give you the best show we can. Of course, the show really depends on them guys out there on the track. Joel and I are just up here running our heads.
Absolutely, Gary. We're just up here trying to keep things going, and granted, we hope we don't have to give GW Graphics a lot of airtime tonight, because if we do, then that means we're going to have a lot of cautions, and that's something we hope we don't get.
Yeah, you got that right. So anyway, these right now, as we're talking, all the drivers are going through their qualifying process and getting our lineup and our starting grid started. So we will get that done here in just a few minutes, and we'll get this thing started for you guys out there. Well, Joe, while these guys are finishing up with their qualifying process, you mentioned something about tires out here. You think tire wear is going to be a big issue tonight, or is Texas kind of easy on tires?
No, I think tire wear is going to be an issue. Texas is not easy on tires. It's like Atlanta. It's been weathered bad, so it's got cheese grater effect for tire wear.
Okay, that's good to know. I noticed during practice I could run probably about 10 laps, almost wide open, and then after that I was having to lift it, a little bit to get through the corners. So yeah, I was kind of sensing that after about 10 laps, the guy's going to have to really be taking care of his tires after that.
Absolutely, and looks like qualifying's over, and they're gridding up, and sitting on the pole there's our sponsor for the night, Jason Russo, in the number 24 with a 28.695. On the outside pole is Mark Jackson in the number 3 with a 28.698. Nathan Sylvia in the 14 is in the 3rd position with a 28.712. Justin Anderson in the 73 is on the 4th spot with a 28.733. Chad Roy, 81 truck, is in 5th spot with a 28.739. Steve Dutz in the number 48 truck with a 28.743. Tommy Ryan in the 35 truck with a 28.743. And Mitchell Rees in the 02 truck with a 28.745 in the 8th place. Abe Bowden in the 21 truck with a 28.759. And 19 truck of Landon Cardula with a 28.769 in the 10th position. In 11th, we have Tristan Beats in the 211 with a 28.733. In the 12th place, we have Ryan Kuhn in the 30 truck with a 28.774. In 13th, we have Jarrett Lipster in the number 7 truck with a 28.811. In the 14th position, we have Vernon Marheim in the 33 truck with a 28.849. In the 15th place, we have Brian Rainfield in the 60 truck with a 28.850. In 16th is Don Hest in the 31 truck. In 17th is Craig Kennedy in the 90 truck. In 18th place is Judd Danielson in the 85. In 19th place is Ronald Hartfield in the 15. In 20th is James Lehman in the 01. 21st place is Ronald Klein in the number 76. In 22nd place is Frederick Hofstetter in the 11 truck. In 23rd place is James Peterson in the number 58 truck. In 24th place is Ivan Garcia in the number 72 truck. We have Rob Hayes that did not qualify in the number 68 truck. Rusty Farrell in the 75 truck. Donald Stewart in the 22. Greg McClendon in the 34. Richard Brose in the number 87. Michael Johnson in the 04. And we are going green, and Jason Russo has got out to about a 1-car length lead going into turn 1. Coming off of turn 2, it stretched out to about 2. We have no hard racing yet. Just Jason in the lead with Mark Jackson pulling up behind him. We have number 14 truck coming in behind that truck. And nobody is still not trying to push the issue, just making laps.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting off to a real good start here, Joel. Field is spread out already pretty good, which usually means we're probably able to get some pretty good long green runs in here, spread out as much as they are. It really looks like a really good start to me.
Absolutely, it looks like a good start. We don't have any real close racing. It's just making laps and getting to that first green flag pit stop and making decisions what you're going to do at that green flag pit stop.
Well, I don't think there's going to be a lot of choices out here tonight. Like we already mentioned earlier, it looks like to me that the three truck has already went on tire conservative. He's let a couple of other trucks by him already. Don't look like he's pushing it real hard. Looks like he's already saving tires. What do you think?
I think Mark Jackson in the 3 truck is definitely in conservation mode. He does not normally drop back like that unless he is trying to save his equipment for later on in the race.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good judgment on Mark's part right there. I think it'll pay dividends. Hopefully, the gamble you take when you start that is you don't let the leaders get too far out in front of you. You keep them in eye shot. And, the whole trick to this is that this run goes green. And then if that happens, then the tire wear and saving those tires towards the end of the fuel run will really come into play. During practice, I was able to get about 35 laps on a tank of fuel, so they can go a pretty good ways on a tank of fuel here at Texas in these trucks.
Definitely, they go a pretty good ways on tank of fuel. The tires will start giving before the fuel runs out. You'll see them start slowing down probably about lap 24, 25. They'll start having to back off going into corners earlier and let the truck roll through the corners because they won't be getting as much grip in the corner.
Yep, correct. Yep, that's very true. That's a good point right there. And the people, I tell you, it's out there. It's so far just kind of follow the leader thing here. Nobody's really pushing the issue yet. We got a long ways to go. You guys are really running smart. Maybe a few in the back are pushing a little bit, trying to make up a few spots, maybe from a bad start or who knows. But up here in front, it's just follow the leader. And if they keep this up, this won't last very long, and we're going to have some really, really good-looking green flag pit stops. Hopefully.
Yeah, right now the top 5 is Jason Russo, Nathan Sylvia, Chad Roy, Steve Dukes, and Mark Jackson.
That's what it's been nearly from the drop of the green, has been these 5 trucks right here. There's been a little bit of swapping here and there, but basically it's been these 5 trucks from the drop of the green flag.
Yeah, they've got their trucks hooked up, and they're just following each other, not putting the truck in a bind, letting it roll through the corners, and just pulling away from the rest of the pack by doing that. As long as they're not fighting each other, they're making good time and leaving the rest of the field.
Yeah, I can see where that gap is getting just a little larger every lap, you know. They're spreading it out nicely. A little bit of gap between the first 2 and the second 3, but that's not enough to really come into play, I don't believe.
No, I don't think it is. Of course, you know, all it would take is one slip up and the field be back grouped up together. So let's hope we don't have that slip up, and we keep it stretched out until we get green flag pit stops, and then we put it in the driver's hands as to who wins it.
Yeah, that's the way racing is meant to be. It doesn't always turn out that way, as we all know. People do make mistakes out here on the track, which causes, you know, the caution to come out. It usually really makes the driver feel pretty, you know, much like an idiot when he's the guy that brings out the caution. And here at KMA Racing, we always appreciate it when the guys that do bring it out, you know, they own it. They call out in race chat and say, hey man, that was on the 88, it was my bad. If I ruined your night, I really want to apologize. And that really goes a long ways out here, I think, amongst the drivers anyway. It really gains a lot of respect from the other guys.
Yes, it does. We have had one lead change. Nathan Sylvia got underneath Jason Russo for the lead change. Looks like Jason's going back under Nathan to take it back, though. So he might have led one lap, and that'd be it.
Yeah, that was kind of short-lived right there. It didn't look like Jason was going to fight him too hard, but then he got the run on him again and went to the bottom and, you know, passed him right back. So that's kind of unusual how that worked out like that.
Yeah, less Jason got loose or got off of his line and had to lift a little bit and gave Nathan the advantage. It doesn't look like Jason's really going to lose the lead.
It looks like we got a couple more trucks joining the pack here, Joel.
Yes, I see that. It looks like we got the 02 coming up, and the 30 of Ryan Kuhn and Mitchell Reeves is passing Mark Jackson right now, and they're taking over 4th and 5th place, and Mark's dropping back to 6th.
That really tells me that Mark is definitely conserving them tires. Usually, Mark doesn't like to get fast too much. I've raced this guy for a couple of years now, and he's usually, you know, pretty much go to the front and stay there, and he's going to try to make a pass right back. Sure enough, I think he's going to get her done. Going to get around on the outside again, so who knows, huh, Joe?
Absolutely. Well, the reason that Mark got back up to him that quick was it looked like Mitchell Reeves got into the wall a little bit and scraped a little paint off the side and lost a little bit of speed.
You caught something I missed. Good eye there, Joe. I did not catch that. So, yep, that would do it right there. That explains it. Just out of curiosity, Joel, what's your opinion about the draft out here? Do you really feel the draft? I didn't notice it too much in practice. Do you think it's going to have an effect? Ooh, we got a wreck there.
Caution is out.
All right, we're going to pull our replay back on that and see what's happened. That looks like it was just Jason slid up the track and got into Nathan, and then of course Nathan stopped in the middle of the track, and the 81 car truck of Chad Roy couldn't get slowed down and run into Nathan Sylvia. Just a hard racing deal. It wasn't anything intentional.
Yep, that's what I see too, Joel. It just looked like Jason's truck, maybe them front tires starting to show some wear and tear. Looked like he just pushed up into Nathan. So, yeah, it was definitely a racing incident. No harm, no foul. There won't be no penalties or nothing like that. So everything's good.
Absolutely, just hard racing, but that's gonna make it interesting. See who pits and who doesn't pit now to when they're about halfway through fuel run. And it looks like everybody's coming in on pit road.
Yep, it's looks like it's time for 4 new Goodyears and a full tank of Sunoco fuel, and get out there and roll these things off, get the restart going, and see what happens on the second run.
Yeah, it looks like Jason picked up his tires and fuel and had to sit a little bit longer to let them do a little repair on the side of that truck.
Yeah, I'm going to guess he probably just went ahead and took the, he probably had maybe 10 or less seconds of damage, and he probably did not use his reset and just sat there and let him repair it and save that reset in case something really bad happens. Probably a pretty smart move on Jason's part.
All right, let's see if we can get Jason up here and in the booth with us and see what happened that caused that caution. What happened with him that got him into that other truck?
Hey, Jason, you got a copy of this, Gary Burke?
I got you, Gary. How you doing?
We're doing pretty good. We're just speculating as to what brought that out of. We see where you kind of pushed up into Nathan there. The front tires finally give out.
Yeah, I was getting a little tight towards the end of that run. He was up against the wall. I was doing everything I could to keep it off him. Couldn't lift, because if I lifted, I would have just shot right up into him. So it was tight racing. We were having a lot of fun up front, passing off the lead to each other, and we'll get it back up there and we'll see what we can do.
All right, Jason. Once again, guys, this is the sponsor for this Tuesday night race with Pro Automotive, Jason Russo. We appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate everyone coming out and all the fans for watching.
Okay, so it looks like we called it right, that it was just a racing incident where he got tight and slid up the track. So, like, no foul, so we got getting ready to line them up and go again.
Yeah, that's all we can do. You know, it's we were really hoping we'd get a green flag pit stop in there, but just like we speculated, you know, with about 20 laps or so, these tires are really starting to wear. They can go another 15 laps on fuel, but are the tires going to last? Or are we going to start seeing guys dive down in on pit road way before they need fuel and just get the tires replaced? That could come into strategy as well, I think, as you know, later on.
Oh, absolutely, it could come into strategy later on. Looks like we're coming. We're getting ready to go green. They're lined up 2 by 2, going down the backstretch right now. Coming off of 3 and 4, so they'll be pace car will be pulling in just a couple of seconds, and we'll be back green flag racing.
You're right. That pace fire's off 4. It's going to go green. He's off.
Pace car's
Green flag,
off,
green flag.
and their green flag's out, and Steve Dukes gets out to about a 3 to 4 car jump lead on Ryan Kuhn and Mitchell Reeves, chasing him down. Looks like Mitchell Reeves has taken over second place, and Ryan Kuhn is fighting with another truck. Looks like Landon Cardella is going into third place now.
Yeah, and it looks like Mark Jackson in the 3 truck, it seems like he's kind of pushing a little harder than he did the first run. Guess he wants to take over that, what would that be, 4th place? Yep.
Yeah, that'd be 4th place. He's fighting Ryan Kuhn for 4th place, and that's right now the tightest battle on the track that I can see.
Yeah, I'm looking back through the field, and yeah, that's the only side-by-side I see as well. It looked like Mark got a little loose off that corner.
Yeah, he's going to lose a couple of spots, it looks like, because of getting loose. He's lost the position 4 to Ryan Kuhn, and looks like he's losing 5 and 6 to Justin Anderson and James Lehman.
Yeah, that running hard on the inside with a truck next to you, that you talk about wearing tires out in a hurry, that'll do it. And the reason for that is you can't let that truck drift up against the wall. You got to keep those tires turned. You got to keep that truck in a bind all the way through the corner and off the corner, and that will eat tires alive.
It looks like Mark's gathered it back up, and he's actually in front of James Lehman in the 6th position.
Yeah, and as you can see right there, you let that truck drift up. He's finally able to drive that truck off the corner like he wants to, instead of keeping it so bound up like he was having to. Although we got a couple of trucks taking him on the inside, so golly, I don't know if I know what I'm talking about here, Joe.
Well, by the time we say something, the drivers do something different.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
back up front, Steve Dukes is still out to about a 3.5 to 4 car length lead over Mitchell Reeves. Landon Cardella is in 3rd place, fighting against Ryan Kuhn for 3rd position, and they're side by side. That's about the biggest battle on the track.
Yeah, they're going to end up, doing the same thing, wearing them tires out. It's going to come back to haunt them. But, these guys, he finally cleared them. He's going to be able to get that line like he wants it. They're going to see a little crossover move right there, huh?
Yep. 19 truck of Landon's crossed over and went right on back around him. So they're just swapping that position back and forth between them.
Just going back through the field, though, I see, it's spread out pretty thin again, just like we did on the first start. Everything is, pretty settled back, pretty good back there. So I ain't even going to say it. I don't want to jinx it, but we're going to run some laps here, Joe.
Let's hope we do, because that'll get us closer to a green flag pit stop, and the fans rather see green flag pit stops than see us pacing on these tracks.
Well, when it comes to that, the fans aren't no different than the drivers. They want to see us racing hard and racing, for everything we got, just like we do when we're in the trucks or in the cars, behind the steering wheel. Every lap is, what can I do to get a little bit better, get a little bit faster? What can I do to conserve these tires and still be able to go somewhat quick? That's the fine line. Being able to run a fast lap and still be easy on the tires doing it. And the guys that can perfect that, those are the ones that you see up front week in and week out, or night in and night out. These guys are able to really turn some good laps, but still can keep the car or the truck underneath of them. And I haven't figured that out yet. I don't know about you, Joel, but I don't know how they do it.
No, that is a fine line, and I haven't figured it out either. I'm just getting started in this stuff pretty good, so it's a fine line for me to learn. We're still Steve Duke is still in the lead. Nobody's challenging him. Second place is Mitchell Reeves. Landon's in third. Ryan Coon's in fourth. Nobody's challenging them whatsoever. They're out to about a 10 to 15 car length lead over the next two cars, and then it's probably about 20 to 30 car lengths to the next set of cars or trucks.
Yeah, boy, that's easy to do, ain't it? When we're in the cars so much and then jump into trucks and happen to remind ourselves when we're talking about them that they're in trucks and not cars. And I make that mistake too, Joe, so don't feel too bad. It's easy to do. I just know that out there in TV land, you know, they're sitting there watching trucks go around the track, and we mention cars, they're probably going, what are those guys watching?
Yeah, we switch from vehicles so much that it gets confusing for us.
Yeah, but bear with us out there, guys and gals. Like I said, we're winging it the best we know how. Hopefully Scott will be back by Friday for the next broadcast. Don't know exactly what went wrong with his computer today, but I know he said he lost power and it messed up his computer, and he was having to redo a lot of stuff. So hopefully he'll be back Friday night and you'll hear his voice like you're usually used to hearing, and Joel and I can get back down there on the track.
Yeah, I'm better on the track than I am up here in the booth. As a technical person, I'm all right in the booth. But when it comes to announcing the race, I don't have the finesse or the voice for it like Scott does.
Yes, sir. I understand that, but you know, it's kind of fun to do. I'm enjoying up here watching the race. You know, just kind of telling the folks out there, you know, what's going on, some of the things that we deal with as drivers out there on the track, which, you know, the folks out there, you know, they can sit here and watch this unfold, and they're smart enough. They know, you know, who's really leading and who's doing this. But sometimes, you know, just what the feeling is from a driver's point of view, being in that vehicle, driving it around these tracks, you know, that might be pretty interesting to some of these, you know, folks that are out there watching and listening tonight.
Absolutely, and just to give an update, our sponsor, Jason Russo, is back in the top 5 again. He's, even after that pit stop and having to do that repair on the truck, he's worked his way back up to the top 5 and fighting for 5th position.
Yeah, I noticed that coming down the backstretch there was a little bit of door rubbing going on there. I think that, you know, pretty tight racing out here. It's you know, these guys are running 180, 85, 84 miles an hour. So there's definitely a lot of speed here, you know, at Texas Motor Speedway. Oop, we got another one in the wall.
Yeah, we got one in the sliding against the wall. We haven't got a caution yet, so it's still green flag racing. So if the caution don't go, the drivers won't get a chance to go to pit road under caution. And it does not look like we're going to get one. So it looks like the 76 hit the wall, but we don't have a caution, so we're going to continue green flag racing.
Yes, sir, I agree with that.
There is a caution now.
Yeah, caution finally did come out there, Joel. I think it was because he was hung up on the wall so long that it finally brought the caution out.
Yeah, it looks like the 76 just got tight and went all the way around the, just ran out of real estate on getting off the track. Hit the outside wall, bounced into the inside wall, and then come back across the track, hit the outside wall, and flipped up on his roof, and then sat in the middle of the track.
Yep, I agree completely. Looks like we're going to get everybody back down pit road, Joe.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. 40 laps on this race, and going back down pit roads. They're still going to have to do at least one more pit stop before the end of this race.
Yep, you're right. You know, even with 30, 35, even if they push it, you know, all the way to the end of an empty fuel tank, they're going to have to pit at least one more time for sure.
Looks like all the leaders took 4 tires and fuel and are away from pit road and back out on track.
Yeah, I was also looking down pit road, and I didn't see anybody just take 2. So it looks like everybody in the field is on 4 brand new Goodyears, and that's a good thing on these restarts. Everybody should be pretty equal, and everybody should be in the same pit strategy as well on the next go round.
Okay, let's see if we can get the Ryan Kuhn up in the booth. He's leading right now. Ryan Kuhn, Joel
Yes.
in the booth. Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're up in the front now. What you gonna do with it?
Let's hope we can stay here for the rest of the night. That'd be great. But these are a lot of tough guys tonight. We got Steve, Jason, everybody else, all the KMA regulars, and it's really fun racing up front with these guys. This track's a fun track. The truck and Texas combo really works good, so it's been really good tonight.
Okay, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to give a shout out to my crew chief, Derek Luchak, and he's doing pretty good tonight. I'm telling him what to put on the car, and so it's going pretty good.
Okay, well, we're going to move you back down so you can get back to racing.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Joel, it sounded like he was pretty confident. He said, you know, seemed like his truck was running pretty good and looked like he was looking forward to the rest of this thing. What do you think?
I think he was too. I don't think we got time for another interview on this caution because it looks like they're lined up 2 by 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess they're on 1 to go, and they'll go green. So hopefully we'll get another interview. Hopefully we don't. Not until the end of the race. That's what'd be nice. Because that means a caution came out if we got a chance to interview people. So hopefully we don't get to talk to nobody till after the race is over, Joe.
That would be nice.
Look at who's starting on that inside pole. Or in second place, or third place, I should say.
Yep, our tonight's sponsor, Jason Russo's back in the top 5 again, keeping that truck up there.
Yes, sir.
Pace cars off, and Ryan Kuhn stopped up and jumped out to about a 4-car length lead. The 48 truck of Steve Dukes is pulled down in front of the 24 of Jason Russo, and the 73's on Jason Russo's back bumper, and they're headed into turns 1 and 2.
Nice restart again. These guys are doing a fantastic job on these, on the starts and restarts. I haven't seen anybody miss a shift or spin the tires. You know, everybody's getting off on the green flag really, really good and spreading out quick and, you know, just getting into some really good racing fast.
Yeah, Ryan Coons jumped out to about a four truck length lead and staying out there. Don't know if Steve and Jason's going to catch him at the rate he's pulling them.
Yeah, you know, they're reeling them back in a little at a time. I don't think they're pushing it real hard. You know, those guys are smart. They've raced a lot. They know his tires ain't going to be able to take that kind of abuse for long. So, yeah, they're just patiently just inching back up there towards him. And his little lead is going to be short term, I do believe.
Definitely, I think it'll be short term. Looks like Jason in the 24s going underneath Steve Dukes in the 48. He does not want to follow Steve anymore.
I've seen that. It almost looked like Steve may have scraped that wall coming off of that corner just slightly. I didn't see no sparks, but boy, there wasn't no daylight there.
Yeah, it did look like you couldn't have slipped a slip of paper between his truck and the wall.
I guess he decided that a little paint needed to be coming off that wall right there in that spot. But I don't see no marks on his truck, so maybe he just got really, really close. So, but you're right. He couldn't have got any closer without touching it.
Definitely looks like we're right back to the way the race started. You got four trucks out in front, stretching out the lead from the rest of the field, and just making laps, staying close to each other.
Well, we're halfway through the race, so it's not quite go time. I do believe these guys out front want to keep their trucks out there. I don't think they want to be mired back there in traffic and where it's hard to pass. It's not terribly hard to pass here at Texas. You have to kind of set the guy up and get them coming off of the corners. But while you're setting the guy up, you know, the trucks in front of you can drive away pretty quickly. So you just don't want to have to fight somebody too long here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Absolutely not. You don't want to fight anybody too long. And while you're setting up the truck in front of you, the trucks behind you, if they're close to you, can be setting you up. That's correct. They're at least closing up that gap. So yeah, it's not a good thing to have to fight a truck too long to get around him. You know, sometimes it's better just to hang in there. And looks like Jason's thinking about taking that lead. Yeah, Jason's down on the inside, going around, trying to get around Ryan Coon right now. He'll pass him in 3 and 4 because he's got the low line. Now, whether or not Ryan Coon can do a crossover coming off of 4 and go back around him is a different story. I don't think he was positioned just right to do the crossover. So I think he's decided, well, you know, I'll just run back here behind Jason a little bit. You know, maybe do a little drafting, save a little fuel, save a little tires, and race them a little bit harder here with maybe 10 to go or 12 to go or 15 to go. Definitely on that. It's not time to go. It's middle of the race. You still got a long time to get there. You work traffic gradually and work around the trucks without forcing the issue, but you try to improve your position as much as you can, but do it in a reasonable manner so that you don't wear out your equipment. Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm glad you used that word equipment because, you know, we talk about tires a lot, but, you know, the wear and tear on these trucks, the G-forces that they go under going through these corners, the shocks, the suspension, the brakes, all of that comes into play. And so there's a lot more to it than just tires. The whole truck is taking an abuse. I've heard it
I don't know this to be a fact, but I've heard after a 300 or 400 mile lap race, it's like putting 150,000 miles on your passenger vehicle.
That would not surprise me on with the amount of G-forces and the speeds we run and as solidly built as the suspension is. Everything on these trucks is welded on tight, so you don't have no rubber bushings on suspension parts and stuff. Your springs go straight down on metal plates, and your shocks are bolted on solid. There's no rubber compression suspension for them.
So, you think about it right now, when these trucks are going through these corners, they're compressing them shocks, at least, 2-3 times a lap. We're going to do that 100 times. So, yeah, you think after 50-60 laps, those shocks are going to start feeling a little bit different. Those springs aren't, quite as stiff as they were. So, that part of your suspension is starting to change. So these trucks actually, and then the cars do too, they really go through a wearing out process throughout a race that the drivers can definitely feel. It changes how the car turns, how it feels in the corner, and so that's where the crew chiefs have really got to have a good communication with their drivers and keep these vehicles tuned up so that they can keep them right there on that edge like they do lap after lap.
Yeah, it looks like up front, Ryan Kuhn decided he wanted to take the lead again, so he went around Jason, and he's got out to about a 5-6 car truck length lead over Jason. But they're about a 30 to a 35 truck length lead over third place truck of Rob Hayes.
Yeah, these two guys are spreading it out pretty good, and I don't know exactly what happened there. Maybe Jason said, okay, I led a few laps. Oop, Jason rubbed that wall coming off of there. Them tires are starting to give it up, Joel.
Well, they've got almost 30-some laps, 25, 26 laps on them now, so they should be starting to give.
Well, I seen it that time, where Jason's truck was really coming off the corner nice. It just kind of drifted up on him like it did earlier when he, got into that the other driver earlier on in the race. His truck did exactly the same thing, and he's probably going to have to start pedaling it a little bit, going through the corners, to where that car or truck will stick. So that's kind of what I was talking about, explaining to the fans out there. It's, the drivers have got to adjust their driving style as these vehicles start to wear out. And like where you could maybe run almost wide open, he tagged that wall again coming off of there, Joel. So he's definitely starting to push. That front end is giving out. The tires are going away. The suspension is giving it up. And Jason is having to drive that truck completely different than he was 5 laps ago.
Absolutely. And Rob Hayes is catching up to him, and he's losing ground to Ryan Kuhn. So Jason is not running the same laps he was running 10-15 laps ago when he was running tight against Ryan Kuhn's bumper.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I guess these are kind of some of the things that maybe, the fans out there, they just might not realize the changes that the drivers are feeling and experiencing as this race wears on and as these trucks start to wear out. Mechanically wise, we put new tires on them, but we still got worn out shocks, we still got worn out springs, we still got a suspension that's not working the same as it was on lap 5. And so as drivers, we have to adjust to that. We have to adjust almost every lap. And now that the tires are starting to slide around a little bit and the trucks are starting to get a bit, they're either getting pushy, it looks like they're starting to push a little bit, which could snap them loose too if they're not careful. So these guys are doing a phenomenal job of keeping these trucks under them, and there Jason is again, tagged that wall again. He dropped a spot there, buddy.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
And it looks like we have a caution out.
I'm not sure what would have brought that out, but G&W Graphics is going to show us why.
That was the 90 truck was up against the wall, and the 31 truck come into the back of him after he tagged the wall. So we had the 31 truck getting into the 90 truck after he tagged the wall, and that was Douglas Hess getting into Craig Kenny.
Yeah, it looked like Craig, you know, he when he tagged that wall, I'm sure he scrubbed off a bunch of speed, and poor Douglas, you know, he had nowhere to go. And then after that, you know, he got hit 3 or 4 more times. So yeah, he was kind of like a ping pong ball out there for a little while, but it looks like they got him on pit road, and they'll fix him up and get him going again, and we'll get this thing rolling one more time.
Yeah, that unfortunately that was a bad break for Doug Hess when Craig got into the wall and slowed down so much, and Craig and Doug Hess didn't have anywhere to go.
As a driver, you know, I've been on both ends of that. I've been the one that has hit the wall and caused it. I've also been that guy that has got the hammer down and it happens right in front of you. And it's, there again, you know, maybe the fans are going, well, why did he slow down? Let me tell you guys, the closure rate at 180 miles an hour is in the blink of an eye. So, you know, the driver coming up behind the guy that hit the wall, he had maybe a fraction of a second to do something, and there's just not no time. There's just you know, you lift, you get on your brakes. By that time, the impact is already starting to happen, and then you're just basically along for the ride after that. And it's really, you know, it's unfortunate, but it happens to all of us out here, and unfortunately, it was Mr. Hess's turn tonight.
Definitely that. You want to try to get another driver up here for an interview? We have Steve Dukes in 3rd place. We haven't interviewed him. He's been racing up at the front steadily.
Sure, let me see if I can get down there and find him, and I'll pull him up here. Steve Dutch, Gary Bird up here in the booth. How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Tell me how your race is going.
It's going pretty good. It's car's been a little tight on the long run, but we got some speed up here, so you can really contend with the top 2 of Michael Kuhn and Ryan Kuhn and Jason Ruscio. It's been overall a good night. Pit stops has been our weakness, but we can go win it up here on some strategy tonight.
Well, I got one question for you. You speaking of pit stops, can you go the rest of the way, or do you need to stop one more time?
Oh no, we can go. I believe we can go the rest of the way tonight. It's I think we're all good on fuel in the 48 Monster Energy Toyota. It's the tires is what we're worried about. So we might gamble, come in. We might not. It's all depends on how the car feels during the run.
All right, Steve. Well, we appreciate you, and good luck out there. Hope to see you in the winner's circle.
Thank you.
Okay, it looks like they're lining up with 1 to go and going down the backstretch, so we're going to be going green in just a little bit, so we won't try to interview anybody else and let them get their belts tight and then get them a drink of water in their trucks and get ready to hammer down and go.
Well, when we go green, it looks like we're going to have exactly 30 laps. Fuel's probably good for about 35, just like we were mentioning earlier. So yeah, like Steve said, he who can manage these tires for the next 20, 25 laps is probably going to have a pretty good shot at taking a shot at the win tonight, providing we all mind our P's and Q's out here.
Pace car's off.
Green flag, green flag.
Ryan Coon's got the jump on the start. Steve Dukes has pulled out into second position, and 73 of Justin Anderson's getting into third. Jason Russo's fighting for fourth with Mitchell Reeves, but he's falling back, so I don't know if he might be in tire conservation.
I don't know if it's so much that, but he's getting hung out. It's just the opposite of super speedways. You want the bottom line here so that you can come off them corners, and he just hasn't had an opportunity to get that truck down to the bottom. He's got a spot now, and you're probably going to see him drop in right here, sure enough, and now he can start racing again. He was just kind of biding his time there, I believe, Joe.
Yeah, I think he's saying, I'll run a few laps slow, easy, and then I'll start pushing back to the front when everybody else's tires start wearing out.
Might be pretty good strategy. I don't know that he actually planned that, but it may come back to pay dividends here in a little bit, because while he was drifting back through that field, you know, everybody else had to hammer down, and that little bit of slight tire wear, you know, when you got worn out tires and you got 5 to go, if he's got 3 lap better tires than anybody else, he went around. I believe somebody tagged him. Jason, 24.
There was no
Caution ain't out, but
caution's not out, so Jason got turned around, but he kept from getting it in the wall or losing any parts on the track, so the officials didn't throw a caution, so we're still under green flag racing. Up front, we have the 73 truck of being challenged by the 14 of Dathan Sylvia for third and fourth position. Steve Dukes is in second, and Ryan Coons in first.
yeah, these two guys have spread out. Pretty nice little lead right there. I believe if it were me in that truck, I believe if I was Steve, I think I would just hang right there, just running that truck's tire tracks, and just save that truck as much as I could. That would be what I'd do. I don't know about you, Joe. What do you think?
Definitely, I would be running in his tracks, but I wouldn't even be as close to him as he's staying. I'd back off and run a couple of mile per hour slower than him, just to save my truck even more. Because as long as I've got as big a lead on first place on the leaders as they've got, there's no need in fighting the truck. Now it looks like he just slapped the wall coming off of 1 and 2 going down the backstretch.
Yes, sir, he did, and that was all caused from the entrance of that race or that turn. He went in pretty shallow that time, let the truck drift up, you know, coming off of it, and I think it just kind of got away from him a little bit, and he tapped that wall. I bet he was just as surprised as we were.
I believe he probably was. Like I say, where the position he's in right now, he's in a good position because there's nobody to challenge him. I'd just sit there and cruise and let the 30 truck of Ryan Coon burn up his tires, and then I'd have something for him at the end of the race.
That's a pretty good idea. I like your thinking on that. Basically, that's pretty sound advice right there. I do know, happen to know this driver, and being patient isn't one of his best qualities. He likes to get going and get up there and lead laps, and he's a hard charger. He's a good driver, real good driver, but he's a hard charger, and being patient isn't one of his best qualities. But we'll see. That would be the smart thing to do. He's still got 20 laps to get this done, so he's got plenty of time. Just see if he can catch up to him and maybe make a run at him here at the end.
Definitely, he's not a patient driver, but you know the old saying, Gary, the only lap that counts is the last lap. So charging to the front now is not going to get him anything except for wear out his equipment. Charging to the front in the last 10 laps, that might win him the race.
Yeah, you got a good point, and that's definitely a good strategy. Now, the thing that we have to ask ourselves is, what is Steve thinking?
Well, we both know Steve likes to drive hard and run at the front. So I'm saying Steve's thinking, I got to get to the front. I got to get to the front. That's just his mentality with the times that I've raced against him. We do have some movement on back. The 90 truck of Craig Kennedy just went around the 19. I'm sorry, Justin Anderson in the 73 just went around the 19 of Landon Perdula, and Landon's trying to do a crossover move on it.
And he may pull it off. It looks like it kind of stalemated on him a little bit. He didn't quite have the run he needed.
No, it looks like he didn't have the run, so they're going to run side by side going down the front stretch and going into 1 and 2. So who's going to have the advantage coming off 2? Looks like the 73 of Justin Anderson's going to have the advantage coming off of 2.
Tell you, I think Ryan is actually stretching it out a little bit. It looks like he's actually gaining a little bit on Steve. You know, in that clean air, he can run his line. The line that he really, really likes, where the truck feels good. It's got a lot of grip. He's got all them options in his favor. So, yeah, he's laying down some pretty good laps. I mean, his last one was a 29.169, so he's still running pretty good laps, Joel.
Definitely he is. Now, speaking of that, Steve Dukes has hit the wall a couple of times, so he's got a little bit of body damage, so that can be slowing him down some as well.
That's exactly right. We don't know how much damage he did to that truck. You know, it didn't look like much of an impact, but if he wrinkled a little bit of that front fender on that right side, that's definitely going to hit his aero, package real hard. And, at speeds of 180 plus, aero is a big factor here at Texas Motor Speedway. You want a clean front end.
Yeah, it looks like he's scraped the wall again because Nathan Sylvia in the 14 has just went around him for second place.
Yeah, I noticed that as well, and it's it's just one of them things.
Yeah, I think he's damaged his truck to where he's losing speed. Yeah, he's going on pit road, so he's got some problems with that truck.
Yep, he sure does. I don't know, buddy, with 12 laps to go, what do you think? That's going to put him behind the 8 ball pretty bad, I think.
Definitely put him behind the 8 ball. I think Ryan Coon's can pretty much go on cruise control, provided we don't have that nasty old yellow flag come out.
Yeah, he's got, there it is. You mentioned it, and out it comes.
Yeah, that was on the back stretch. Yeah, it looks like Brian Rainfield come off of the corner and got into another truck and brought out that caution. Took a wild ride. The truck that he got into.
Actually, Joel, I think it was just the opposite. If you would take another look at it, I think the truck on top actually kind of looks like to me like it maybe moved down about a half a truck length or so. just about the time that Ryan was coming up, Brian was coming up, and boom, they hit. Yep, it was kind of a dual fault thing. Both guys going for the same real estate, and that won't never work.
You are right on that, Gary. The number 11 of Frederick Hofstadter looked like he got a little bit loose and was trying to catch it and come down on the 60 of Brian Rainfield, and like you said, two trucks in the same real estate don't work.
Yeah, I was trying to get a number on that truck, and I just couldn't get a good angle on it, so I'm glad you picked up the number. That's good.
And we're at commercial.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Ready to
Yeah,
go?
we're here. All right, we just come back from the commercial and we're under caution again. We just had a bad caution come out. Going back with our GW graphics replay to see who caused it and what happened.
Well, Joe, looks like the 15 and it 33. The 33 had a little bit of a run on the 15. I don't think the 15 realized he was there. Started to come back down, and the 33 spun him out. I believe that's 33. It's hard to read that number, but I think that's correct. But yeah, this looks like happened to me. What do you think, Joe?
Definitely the 33 car got into the back of the 15 and spun him around. He caught him in his left rear corner, and that's all it takes. Unfortunately, the 34 and the 35 were caught up in it with no place to go. Hopefully, everybody else got by with no damage during that, and we'll see what happens. We got looks like about 6 laps to go. We might get maybe a 3-lap run to the end of the flat race.
Yeah, we'll definitely get. Should be 3. I think you're going to be right on that. Won't be no more than that, I don't believe. That was a pretty bad accident, Joe. I mean, there was a lot of trucks involved in that. Some really hard hits. Definitely be some guys going in field care center. Hopefully everybody come out, get back in their cars tomorrow night and race again.
Definitely, and there's going to be some tore up body work that have to be worked on those trucks too.
Yeah,
Over the
some
top
of them
paint
just
is going to be busy repainting some trucks and fixing some bodies.
And I think there might be 1 or 2 just go to the junkyard. I've seen some that got pretty tore up. Unfortunately, just a racing incident again. 2 guys again trying to go for that same hunk of real estate, and I have yet to see that work in my personal experience, and now up here watching it from the booth, it still don't work.
Definitely, two trucks in the same real estate never works, and the only way I know it might work is if one of them's invisible.
And unfortunately, we can see all these trucks out here, or I guess fortunately. Yeah, let's see, we're at 97, so we might only get 2. They're not side by side yet, so they probably get the 1 to go this time by.
Yeah, if they get 1 to go this time by, we'll get a couple of laps of green flag racing to the end. We're not going to try to interview anybody because we want them to be able to get ready for the restart if they're going to get one, and we don't want to interrupt their getting ready to go.
Exactly. Right now, these guys are focused. I know they only got a couple laps. We are going to see a lot of action in 2 laps. Surely Ryan isn't coming down pit road. There ain't no way.
Nah, he was trying to snooker somebody. You know how these drivers are.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it looks like we're lining up side by side, so they're going to get they just got the 1 to go. So the next time by, we will go green, and we will have 2 very interesting laps to decide the winner out here tonight, Joe.
Yep. Now the crew chiefs are calling them on the radio and telling them, bring me back the steering wheel or bring me back the trophy. 1 of the 2. I don't care which.
Yeah, either win it or wreck it. 1 of the 2. But I don't know. We got some pretty good trucks up here in this top 5 or 6. It could be any one of them.
Definitely we do. We got in the top 5, we've got Ryan Kuhn in first, Nathan Sylvia in second, Craig Kennedy in third, Mitchell Reeves in fourth, and Mark Jackson in fifth. So the top 5 is all good drivers. Mark Jackson, Nathan Sylvia, Ryan Kuhn have all been at the front already tonight, so they know what they're doing up front. Mitchell Reeves just now got to the front, but he's a good driver. He can do it. And Craig Kennedy, he's a good driver, but he's just now reached the front. Pace car's
Green
off,
flag, green flag.
and Ryan Coons jumped out to a 1-car length lead. We have the Nathan Sylvia and Craig Kennedy fighting for second place, with Mitchell Reeves dropping down behind Craig Kennedy and going around the 14 of Nathan Sylvia. So now we have Ryan Coon in first, Craig Kennedy in third, Craig Kennedy in second, Mitchell Reeves in third, going off of turns 3 and 4 towards the start-finish line.
That was a very interesting restart. All right, they just got the white flag. We are on our last lap here at Texas Motor Speedway. Ryan has got a pretty nice lead. He's going to have to really make a big mistake for him not to bring us home tonight. Third place, it's hard to say.
Yeah, Ryan and Craig's got first and second wrapped up unless they destroy the trucks. The third place is a fight. And it looks like to me that possibly our top 3, this is not official yet, it will be Ryan Coon, Craig Kennedy, and Mitchell Reeves. Craig Kennedy's in second, and Mitchell Reeves is in third. So now we're working on getting the top 3 up in the booth with us for interviews, and we'll have them up here shortly.
Mitchell Reeves, Gary Birch, you got a copy?
Yeah, we got you, Gary.
Man, brought her home in third place. Pretty good run tonight, guys. Tell me about your night.
Yeah, it was a good night. The truck was pretty tight. I was really hoping to get a long run there. We kind of playing a little conservative there on the early runs there. Ryan Coon really came through the field pretty hard, and definitely a huge shout out to him. He really kicked butt tonight. Happy to see him actually start and finish the race tonight. Craig came through there too. Been raced hard with Craig earlier in that race, so definitely good to. I know if I was going to finish behind a couple people, this would definitely be the couple people we did. I didn't think I had a podium car, but definitely a top 5. Just a good night, and hopefully this will help us in point series. Just want to give a huge shout out to everybody watching Southeast Motorsports, Michael Jeans, all those guys over there. Just everything they're doing, and Justin Anderson for letting me run with them tonight. So,
Hey, good job there, Mitchell. I mean, we had a few cautions, not too terribly bad. We didn't get any green flag in, but you guys put on a pretty good show, and I appreciate you.
in for Gary, appreciate you. So, peace out.
You.
Craig Kennedy, you got a copy on me?
Yeah, I got you there, Joe. How you doing?
Okay, tell us how you managed to get to second place.
Well, it wasn't the easiest. The nights kind of started in a hole there, started back to 17th and qualified to go. Was able to kind of just be consistent in the race besides hitting the fence there about halfway through the race, but was able to rebound and keep my nose clean and wound up second.
Well, good. Congratulations on that. Anybody you want to give a shout out to, Craig?
Just you guys putting these races on. It's fun to come out here and be part of the league and stuff like that, run for points every week. So thank you guys.
Okay, well, congratulations, and we'll see you Friday night at the next race.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we got the winner up here. Ryan, you got a copy on me.
Yes, sir.
How are you feeling? Tell me what it's like to win a race at Texas Motor Speedway.
It feels awesome to win, especially in KMA, because you guys, a lot of really, really tough competitors, and Texas has just really not been the best track for me lately, but I'm glad to get it done at Texas. It's just, I didn't really practice that much this week, but it's feels pretty good.
Well, I noticed we was watching you most of the night. It seemed like your truck was getting through the corners extremely well, and much better than some. Am I right in that? In my observation there?
Yeah, you are. You just gotta hook the bottom at Texas. If you can hook the bottom, you'll be just fine. And I saw a couple guys. They seem like they get off the bottom a few times and then wash up, and sometimes get into the wall. And that's trying to be my goal all night. Is just to not hit that wall. So I managed that pretty good. I got into it once or twice, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, pretty good night.
Definitely was. Well, Ryan, anybody you want to give a good shout out to before we let you go?
I'd like to give a shout out to you guys, everybody up at KMA, just for putting on these races. I mean, it's just a lot of fun to do, and I'm pretty hyped for next Monday night when we go back on track around 9 o'clock. So that'll be pretty fun.
Yeah, I can tell it in your voice that you're really pretty excited about the win. So, hey, go down there and enjoy this with your crew and your guys that worked on that truck all night. And we'll see you again Friday night. And one more time, congratulations on the win.
All right, thank you guys. Means a lot.
All
right, Gary, give us a synopsis on what you thought about the race.
You know what? It pretty much unfolded pretty much like what I anticipated. We had a really good race, I thought, tonight. We had a few cautions, not too terribly bad. We didn't get anything, under green, but, sometimes that's okay too. Racing is racing. Cautions are going to happen, so, you just take what the good Lord deals us. But other than that, the racing was excellent, I thought. Very, very hard racing, very clean racing. Didn't see a lot of, moves that were uncalled for, so very clean, very fast, very respectable. And myself, I enjoyed it. Sitting up here in the booth is not something I do, but every once in a great while. But I really enjoyed it, and man, I couldn't have done it without you, brother. But one more time before we go, I just do want to give one more good shout out to all of our sponsors, man. We couldn't do this without them. We couldn't do it without you guys out there watching, all the fans. Over the top paints, super good paint jobs out here. We really like to thank John for that. All Pro Broadcasting, what a job these guys do. Michael has got something going on there that is really, really something to be proud of. He's got a really good thing going on there. One of the best, I do believe. Richie B Pizzas. Richie, he's out here almost every night running with us. Couldn't do it without him. Blaze Pizza, there again, another good sponsor. Jason Russo, the one that sponsors tonight races with Pro Automotive. Super good guy, super good sponsor. And GW Graphics for the replays. Unfortunately, we got to use them tonight a little bit. But you know what, Joel? It was a good race. We got some awesome sponsors. And, it's just a really good night here at Texas, I believe. Well, folks, I don't know if Joel's having some issues or not, but he's not responding, so apparently he's having some kind of technical difficulty there. But I really want to appreciate you fans for coming out and watching tonight. Michael, thank you. I'm Gary, he's Joel, and we're out.
Your back, the bite of the fleets, the pipe swinging frog men of the UTT.